Grace, aka Werevlog screenplay, written by Cole Spivey, starting on page 145 tonight. Social worker officer Robert Billings. Exterior, Grace's long driveway that night. A black cruiser drives up the pathway leading to the now damaged front patio and front door. Social worker officer Robert Billings parks his vehicle and gets out. Robert Billings is an older gentleman dressed in a professional business suit and wears a long trench coat and driver cap. He doesn't look like an authority figure, but walks like it. Robert Billings calmly approaches the front door. The two officers wait at the bottom of the front yard stairs with Gerald Oldman III and John Blacksmith. Robert Billings is the calming force of the scene. Grace awaits on the front patio. Rainey is inside picking up pieces of the ceiling. Robert Billings approaches the scene. Social worker Robert Billings. I'm the social worker, Mr. Gray Spivey. I hope that is how you pronounce your name. I'm currently assigned to this case. You're who? I'm the social worker and officer Robert Billings, and I'm certified by Parksville PD to head the officers and authority concerning the accident with the Uber driver's vehicle to your property. Okay, sir. You're who? I'm here to oversee the accident with you, Mr. Gray Spivey. I work for Parksville Police Department as a social worker overseeing special cases just like this one. They have claimed mechanical failure, and the Uber driver is signing a special document claiming such a concerning the accident. Mr. Oldman and Mr. Blacksmith meant no malice and are very, very sorry about the car accident and the damages to your patio and front door. We know you're the freaking werewolf, Grace, and you're going to fry for killing all those people and mutilating local livestock. Please, Mr. Blacksmith, do not make any comments. You're a freak, you son of a bitch, and so is your fancy England or UK speaking fool. Now both of you get off my flipping property now before I kill all of you. Sir, let's not have that. I need you to sign some paperwork concerning my presence. I ain't signing shit. Sir, this is an accident concerning mechanical failure with the Uber's vehicle. Officer Willard and Officer Farrell are here and have both investigated the incident and have taken sworn eyewitness statements and testimonies from each victim, including Mark, the rideshare driver, as witnesses to the damages. Please, sir. It's certainly mechanical failure. The other officers will speak with you concerning the case of the mechanical failure, as well as any other authority figures. It's mechanical, sir. Mechanically, fuck off. You're a mechanical failure. Social worker Robert Billings briefly chuckles. No, sir. Please. I need you to sign these papers for me. Please, sir. Just sign here. Robert Billings holds out a tablet device and stylus. Cut to. Grace researches the werewolf on the web. Grace goes to his computer room and begins researching the curse of the werewolf on his computer. Reading aloud. In the film, the Wolfman, Maliva, the Gypsy Woman, played by Maria Alspenskaya, utters her iconic quote as the Wolfman is dying. The way you walk was thorny through no fault of your own, but as the rain enters the soil, the rivers enter the sea, so tears run to a distant end. Grace silently reads from other websites about the werewolf. We see the following search results on the screen. You may have Romani, Traveler, or Gypsy ancestry if your family tree includes common Romani or Gypsy surnames such as Boss, Boswell, Buckland, Chilcote, Cadone, Cooper, Dew, Lee, Gray, Harrison, Hearn, Hurren, Hodgkins, Holland, Lee, Lovell, Loveridge, Scamp, Smith, Wood, and Young. Widely thought of as Spain's first ever serial killer, Manuel Blanco Ramasante is unusual for a werewolf operating late in the mid-19th century. Actually, Ramasante was an unusual case in a few days. Born in 1809, he had been raised as a girl. Cut to. Closet video footage. Interior closet moments later. Grace is going through boxes of videotapes and recordings of footage of past vlogs. He finds an 8mm digital high 8 videotape cassette labeled Rainey Cleans House and puts the tape into a nearby Sony camcorder in order to watch the past footage. He adjusts a box in the closet to rest on the camera. Grace looks through the viewfinder to watch the video footage. Point of view, viewfinder on Sony video camera. What in the world is this? Point of view, viewfinder of a footage of Rainey, video footage. Rainey dashes around the house dusting with feather duster. She wears an old silver band concert shirt and black jeans. Her hair is tied into a ponytail. It appears Rainey is videotaping herself cleaning house. At times she sets the video camera down to record herself cleaning. She moves vigorously around the house, dusting tiny cobwebs in the corners and leaping off the walls while growling. Point of view, video camera held by Rainey while cleaning. She darts around a corner of the house at superhuman speed, hissing and growling. This is truly sick. What's she doing? Why is she moving so quick? Why did she film this? Dear Lord, how does she move so quick? But point of view of video camera, sitting on the ground, pointing toward Rainey as she quickly cleans house in the video footage. In the video footage, Rainey does the dishes very quickly while growling and moaning. Point of view, video camera, viewfinder. Wow. POV, video footage. Video on floor of living room. Rainey leaps over the couch and dusts the coffee table and then darts off with superhuman speed. I'm going to have to talk to her about this. Overhead shot, bird's eye view of Grace looking in the viewfinder. Growling, noise from Rainey, cleaning, seeps from the video camera speaker. Cut to, interior car near field, shoulder of the road that night. John Blacksmith and Gerald sit in their car and read from their laptop computers. This is going to be and we'll just say Uber because they're using the Uber car throughout the whole movie. It's kind of a special deal they have with Mark. John Blacksmith reading. 1809, he had been raised as a girl until about the age of 6, at which point doctors discovered he was male. He is currently reading about Manuel Blanco Romansanta. Researching, dear boy, researching the curse. We all have done it. Cut to interior Grace's computer room that night. Grace continues researching the curse on computer screen. The Eastern werewolf vampire is found in folklore of Central Eastern Europe, including Hungary, Romania, and the Balkans, while the Western werewolf sorcerer is found in France, German-speaking Europe, and in the Baltic. Cut to interior car moments later. By the way, note to Mark Zuckerberg, we might want to cast him in this role. I would love to. It would be page 150 up, maybe like page 149. It would be brilliant for him. And Mark hasn't acted in really anything. It would also be, I'd have to talk him into it. Drake knows him because Drake did a movie with him, Drake Duramus. But yeah, totally Mark Zuckerberg stuff right here. All this computer talk. So it's on computer screen is what he is. So in the credits, it would say on computer screen, Mark Zuckerberg. I think it'd be great for him if he can, you know, because people say he's kind of robot boy. I've been a robot boy myself too sometimes. Where are we at? Interior car near field, shoulder on the road, 1809. Okay, Gerald. Grace's computer room that night. Grace continues researching the curse. Yeah, I got that part. Paul take the word as he's looking at the word of the body. He's reading this in Eastern where vampires found in the folklore of Central. You could do it like that, Post Malone like that. Paul takes the word he's looking at this very moment. He's reading this Eastern werewolf vampire is found in the folklore of the Central Eastern. Not that I'm giving you a line reading. Cut to interior Grace computer room. In folklore, a werewolf from Old English werewolf, man-wolf, or occasionally lycanthrope from ancient Greek Lycanthropus, wolf human, is an individual that can shapeshift. Cut to interior car moments later. Gerald is drinking a glass of Scotch whiskey and laughing. John is a wide-eyed and continues his spying with his laptop computer. You think he has the curse? Anyone could have the curse. He's reading the following now. Lycanthropus, wolfman, is an individual that can shapeshift into a wolf, or especially in modern film, the theranthropic hybrid wolf-like creature, either purposely or after being placed under a curse or affliction, often a bite or the occasional scratch from another werewolf, with the transformation occurring on the night of the full moon. Dang it. Cut to. Interior Grace computer's room that night. Grace. Full moon. Cut to interior car moments later. Early sources for belief in this ability or affliction called lycanthropy we can say lycanthropy, are Petronius and Gervas of Tilbury, 1150 to 1228 AD, cut to interior computer room moments later. Grace finds the following paintings and drawings and art representing the werewolf. Painting of Lucas Chronic the Elder, clicks. File Lycath Dahlin Lover CA1802.jpg. English Dahlin detail from an attic. Red figure Lycathis, ca 460 BC, found in Italy. File Lechion, transformed into a wolf. LACM, a Lechion, transformed into wolf. Painting file, a Lechion transformed into a wolf. LACMA M7176.9 JPEG. Painting file, bronze plot, press black, Olin Vindeltide.jpg. Grace, Werewolf in Geneva 1580. File, Werewolf in Geneva 1580 PNG. German woodcut 1722 AD. File, German woodcut 1722.jpg. Cut to interior car moments later. John studies the paintings that Grace is researching. John. Most or AD view would be BC. Cut to interior Grace computer room moments later. Grace studies his computer screen. Painting file, The Werewolf by Clemens Hausman. Grace. Painting of a Native American woman displaying her hands before a full moon as a wolf howls. Grace reading from the computer. According to Navajo tradition, skinwalkers will even look physically different from normal people. The main difference begin their eyes, which are large and glowing, even in daylight. The main difference begin in their eyes. The main difference begin with their eyes. I think it's with, probably with. Sorry about that, English major. With their eyes, which are, two witches, the main difference begin with their eyes, which are large and glowing even in daylight. It's thought that if someone looks at a skinwalker in the eyes, they can absorb a person and steal their skin. Now, I don't mind if Bradley's watching this, if he does some kind of, linguistic study of how it's written out. Because two witches are in there. I'm weird when I see the word witch. But it's spelled witch as in whichever which way, right? But it's there twice, which are large and glowing in daylight. It's a little Roman Polanski homage. It's not written, but it's said. So it's just from the director, right? Meaning he can study. Let me just put a note. We'll put it, is it for a president? Or is he logged in or something? Yeah, maybe not. Let's just do like, let's go with general right here. I make a note that he investigates the word witch in the linguistics of the text or something like that. And we'll put Grace right here. Kind of like English major kind of stuff. I do this stuff sometimes because I'm kind of crazy, but let's do this. Sorry about that. So Grace investigates the word witch in the linguistics of the text. So it's in there a couple times. Just as a writer, I'm using some techniques like we'll do, entitleize, or what is this? There's bold, underline, and there's a witch, and then there's another witch right there. It begins with their eyes, which are large and glowing even in daylight. The main difference, look physically different from normal people. Can do it with a cursor, moves a cursor. This is my golden boy. He moves, right here. He moves cursor over the word witch, and investigates its placement in the paragraph. Okay, so this is like a note paragraph. This is something we'll work with the actor and talk to him about this. Very Roman Polanski, but in Roman Polanski, this is going to be an interesting kind of thing. Homage to Roman Polanski whenever he's figuring out the Crowley, the moment with the Crowley in Rosemary's Baby. According to Navajo tradition, skinwalkers will even look physically different from normal people. The main difference begin with their eyes, which are large and glowing even in daylight. It's thought that if someone looks at their skin, okay, so he sees it once. So he's searching out the word witch. He starts doing his own research, obviously, here, so we may go further with this. It's thought that if someone looks at a skinwalker in the eyes, they can absorb a person and steal their skin. Back to interior car moments later, Gerald Ullman III reads from the laptop computer. So it goes without saying that someone should avoid looking at anyone suspected of being a skinwalker in the eyes. They were also believed to have no genitals, and their skin was supposedly rock hard, making it impervious to axes. John Blacksmith. And arrows? Cut to Gray's computer room. Moments later, Grace continues reading. Skinwalker didn't take just one form. They took many, such as owls, crows, sound of owl hooting. Gray stops reading and goes to the window and peers out. Cut to interior car moments later. Gerald continues reading. John does the same. The word he is on is crows, John Blacksmith. I see. Sorry about that. Cross coyotes, but one of... Nah, this is interesting. I'm going to leave it, but the word he's on is crows. I see. Cross coyotes, but one of coyotes yap in the distant field. Arr, arr, John Blacksmith. Okay. But I'm gonna put down right here so at least I have it in the script. Impersonating Gerald's robe. That way we haven't talked about Gerald's robe in the script. And the word I see. So the word he is on is crows. I see. Crows, coyotes, but one. I'm leaving it as cross because I do not understand this line. Coyotes yap in the distant field. Arr, arr, Gerald Ullman III reading from the laptop screen. But one of the most common forms was wolf. While an animal form, they lost all trace of humanity. The beast and animal instincts took over, making them vicious and unpredictable. Cut to Grace's computer room. Moments later, Grace sits and reads from the computer screen. Quite a few Native American tribes are familiar with the idea of a man transforming from man to beast. The belief is known in many tribes, including Mohawk, whose territories once covered upstate New York to southern Quebec, where those that could shift were known as Limicans, sometimes A.D.W.C, but the Navajo tribe, the Navajo is weird, known as sometimes A.D.W.C, but it is, okay, I see. The word S-I, and okay, we go. But it is the Navajo tribe that is best known for its shifter beliefs. These shifters are called skinwalkers. The Navajo word for such people is A.D.W.C, which means he goes on all fours. Cut to interior car that night. Gerald Ullman III reading and drinking. Obviously, probably scotch. We're going to put scotch right here. So occasionally he backslides from his drinking water and not smoking. I don't think he's smoking. He's not that bad. But then there are the Hopi Indian tradition where shape-shifting is brought on by a special ceremony known as Yaga. The details on the ceremony are extremely secret and well protected. It is thought to involve wearing the skin of the animal one wishes to become. And there you have it. One small look into the very expensive collection of Native American traditions and beliefs. You got French fries? And whiskey? Drink. I'll take a French fry. Cut to interior computer room that night. Grace reads from the computer screen. Very interesting, boys. He hits the enter button and looks out at the window. Owl hoots. Cut to interior car night. Gerald and John sit on their laptop computers and spy on Grace's activity. I want to tell you something. Gerald powers his laptop down. He stares into space. I'm following. Okay. We're gonna add this. Many times I do it on accident, and there are no accidents impersonating Gerald. So he does it all the time because he's been around him, and he wants to talk like him. So John Blacksmith will always impersonate Gerald a lot of times. And in the script, I've done it plenty of times. It's probably just because I need to read the thing here impersonating Gerald. I'm following all his recent searches now, Gerald III. This is about me, John, not Grace, which that line makes sense on the impersonation right there. Interesting. It is W.B. Yeats kicking in. Go ahead, I can listen and work. Okay, so he does impersonate there too. Impersonates. There we go. Impersonates. And I can just say impersonating. I can just say the word impersonating. Impersonating Gerald. Okay. There we go. This is about me, John, not Grace. Go ahead, I can listen and work. When I was in the ministry on Sundays, I gave a long, tiring sermons about faith, hope, and love. And I remember this one particular Sunday, and I'll never forget it. I was given a sermon on the book of Job, a non-denominational church. Afterwards, I had a long, long drive back into London to our flat. It was in March, 10 years ago. I was leading a flock out in the country, and the drive was many hours, and in many cases, it would rain. And I would run into traffic. This one Sunday, I came back to the flat in London very late, nearly a day late. I opened the door, and no one was there. My wife Lucy was gone, and all 5 children between the ages of 1 and 10. All gone. 3 boys, Charles being the oldest, Teddy and Arthur, younger, the girls Shelley and Martha, all gone. No trace of them. She took nothing with her, not a stitch of clothing, nor photo. She left all the kids' toys behind. No trace of them. I immediately went to the authorities and filled out a missing persons report. I had to wait a whole day before I could fill out the official missing persons papers, and then I came back and waited for months for her return. No return. I waited and waited. I called all the relatives and all the friends, all the possible phone numbers, and every nook and cranny of evidence leading to her within the entire flat. No trace. No trace of her at all. It seems my mission had come to a halt. It was as if I was becoming Christian in John Bunyan's Pilgrim's Progress, sent away from the city of destruction to a celestial city. I'd change that to city. Those lonely days are when I began to believe in monsters. I will never take long rides in the rain anymore. I'll never attempt to look at the rain, nor try to hear the raindrops. I don't even attempt to smell the freshness after a storm any longer. But a year later, after she went missing, I began my YouTube page about the werewolves and the haunting of the lycanthropy curse. I figured if I was going to be alone, I might as well go out as a celebrity. Yet 2 years later, I'd have over 30,000 subscribers. And some say I'm delusional. Some say I'm brilliant. Some just watch. I guess my dream came true. But still, no trace of her. I'm just writing the word planet right here. is too long. A long moment passes and they sit in silence and study their devices. Now I believe in werewolves, and I hunt them. I actually really hunt werewolves for a living, John. 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 John? John continues typing and searching on the web. I do miss her dearly. And I do miss the children, John. Not a day goes by that I don't think of all of them and how dear they are to me. I miss their hugs and their laughter. I left the ministry and entered a new one. Now I seek a shapeshifter. I seek evil that manifests itself into another form. Most call this strange, monstrous act that of the curse of the werewolf, and others call it the skinwalker, and others vampires, and others call it mere myth. The name doesn't matter to me. You can call it broccoli for all I care. The name doesn't matter. Now, dear boy, I drink scotch and sing songs and research the web all night searching for something most called childish. I was told to grow up and put away childish things and to look through glass darkly. And now I understand the verse. The verse to look through this dim glass. I understand why God created Job. I still pray. I'm still thankful, and I love him as dearly as I love my own children and beloved wife. I still love God, John. You understand? I still love him. He's up, online. Got him looking at lycanthropy stuff. Stuff about ancient Greece. Cut to fridge camera, interior back house of Grace Lipton's ranch. Days later. Close up, the glass part of the door. John Blacksmith arrives in a disguise, wearing a tan Ace hardware work jumpsuit and work boots and black sunglasses and a wool cap covering his identity. John carries a large bag, an electric handheld glass cutter, and walks up to the front door in the back house. John takes a small machine for cutting glass out of the bag and turns the power button on. He cuts through the glass on the front door on the back house and taps the wood underneath the frame, and the glass falls out, and he carefully catches it in his hands. He reaches through the door and unlocks it. John enters and then unzips a small tan canvas utility bag. He pulls out a square glass piece and begins reinstalling it into the door as if he was never there. Now he has covered his tracks. Good to go. He enters into the back house. He goes to the front kitchen area of the back house. He begins looking through the drawers and cabinets in order to find information on Grace Lippin and his secret werewolf identity. After a while of searching, he gets a bit tired and goes to his Samsung refrigerator. Just want to make sure that nice fridge, Grace. He opens the door and searches through the meat compartments. He takes out some beef budding brand lunch meat and then looks into the side cupboard. He pulls out some White Wonder bread and makes a sandwich. He finds some yellow mustard packets and rips a few open with his silver teeth. Yellow mustard spews on his face. He uses his fingers to smear the mustard on the meat and takes a few bites. He reopens the fridge and looks inside for snacking foods. He finds a case of Bud Light cans. Cut to point of view of Samsung refrigerator camera. Snap! A photo is taken of John Blacksmith as he looks inside the refrigerator. Meanwhile, cut to interior Grace Lippin's exercise room. Meanwhile, Grace is jogging on his treadmill. His smartphone alarm goes off and he picks it up. He sees a photo of John Blacksmith looking into his refrigerator. He hits the power button on the treadmill and the running track ceases in motion. Grace hops off the treadmill, now in a hurry. He quickly wipes away the sweat and goes to the door. Cut 2, interior Grace Lipton's back house. Moments later, John Blacksmith is leaning against the counter, chewing on his new sandwich, and sips on a Bud Light. The side door opens and a beep door alarm sounds. Oh, shite. Okay, so he can't say it like... he can do maybe a loud whisper. We might can try that. This could be a director note to try. But he can't scream it, so... Let's go ahead and take the cows out. There, I'm sorry about that, guys. This is... Okay, the word. I try to use the word. Shite. Grace Lippin enters. Who are you? Oh. Yeah, I like that better. Oh, I'm the refrigerator repairman from GE. Your wife called. Well, get the hell out now. I'll call GE myself if I need a repair. Oh, okay. I was told a work order had to be filled. That's actually... Oh, okay. So we'll do it this way. Maybe like that. Oh, okay. I was told a work order had to be filled. Nope. So get out of my back house. How did you get in? Anyways, my alarm should be going off. Do you have a code? How did you get in here? Yeah. Let's go with the real speech. How did you get in here anyways? My alarm should be going off. Do you have a code? The door was open. Bull crap. Get out. Oh, and by the way, that is a Samsung refrigerator, and I don't own a GE fridge. My stove's a GE, but my refrigerator is Samsung. It's got your photo on file, too. Huh. John walks out of the front door and exits. Grace, idiot. Cut 2. So we're going to debate whether he recognizes him or not. I think it's just going to be the actor's decision to make that, whether he really recognizes him or he thinks he's a repairman. We're going to cut there.